I'm Charlie Ellswick, and this is my wife, Jaymi. We live outside Richmond, Virginia. Um, we have been married for 8 years now. We are foster parents, and we're really excited to share our story of foster care.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we started to really consider it when honestly, like we were convicted about just God laying it on our hearts and us not doing anything. They were convicted about being disobedient, and really felt like this was a call that God was putting on our lives, and we kept making excuses for moving forward with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was over a long period of time where the Lord whispered it to us over multiple different times, individually first, before we ever talked to each other about it. And then we started talking about it together. And we decided that, we needed to be obedient, but we were pretty terrified of what it would look like. And so we said we would just take the first step, which was we would find information meeting to go to and just get some information about what it would look like. And so we did that first step. And then we said, well, we'll attend the class, but we'll just go and we'll just see what it's like. And then, all right, we'll finish the class and get certified. And then we'll take the next step of taking a respite placement, and then we'll take the next step of a long-term placement. But every step of the way for us was just trusting Jesus with the next tiny step. And he got us to here. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely felt I was afraid of getting attached. I was afraid of falling in love with kids that would eventually leave. But I think that is something that God really like spoke into for us of like kids need people to get attached. That's exactly what these kids who are coming into foster care need. So it was okay for us to kind of walk into that even with those fears. So. No, get the training.
Yeah, I think going into parenting foster kids with some trauma-informed training is probably the greatest piece of advice that we've gotten from older foster parents or adopted parents who look back at their journey and wish they had known some of these things about attachment and about trauma-informed care. And ultimately, we can't imagine what some of these kids have been through. We may never even know the extent of these kids' stories that we care for. And so the best thing that we can do is to care for them with trauma-informed practices and do what we can to help them feel safe and begin the healing process of their stories.
Imperative to have a strong support system. It's something we could not do this without our support, our families, the people we go to for babysitters, and when we have childcare, needs. Our church community were the ones who just like rallied behind us when we took in our two little girls, and we were not really prepared for babies and toddlers and stuff like that. So within 72 hours of those girls coming into our home, we had everything that we needed. We had cribs, we had toys, we had bottles and blankets and clothes. And I kept trying to make a list of, or like a registry online. And before I could even get something together, all the needs were met.
Yeah, to anyone who is considering fostering, they're praying about it, they're feeling like the Lord has put it on their heart. I would say that if the Lord is inviting you into an adventure, it is the wisest thing you can do to take him up on it. No matter what it is that you're afraid of, no matter what it is that you think might happen, no matter how much of a disruption it'll be in your life, it'll be worth it if Jesus is inviting you into it. The work that Jesus has done in our lives through foster care has been unparalleled to any other season in our life. I can confidently say that the Lord has been closer and more just apparent, comforting, strengthening to us in our seasons of fostering. Everything that we have feared in our time in fostering, the Lord has always met us in. And even if some of the things that we were fearful of came true, God was still good in those things. And in no way, though this has been the hardest thing we've ever done, do we have any regrets, because Jesus is worth it. And if he's inviting you into a journey with foster care, there is nothing that should hold you back.
And I would just add that I'm a firm believer that all Christians are called to this ministry in some way. We're all called in the book of James, where it talks about caring for widows and orphans, and that's exactly what this ministry is for us. And so I believe everybody is called to engage the system in some way. Maybe foster parenting itself is a specific calling in that, but there's so many ways that you can support foster care. You can support foster youth. You can advocate, and you can rally around a family that you know that is opening their doors for these kids. And so I would just put the challenge out there that all Christians are called to engage with this in some capacity. And there are so many ways outside of just being a foster parent that people can do that.